Hi, welcome in. How are you? I'm going to talk about the Lion's Gate 88 portal tomorrow and a bit of history behind that, and pull an oracle card and see if there's a message for anybody going forwards in the Lion's Gate tomorrow, and just any guidance really from source. Before I start my videos, I do obviously ground, cleanse and protect my energy. I do every day anyway, but I do call in my spirit guides, my spirit team. I do, obviously we all have one. We all have a spirit team and spirit guides that try and guide us. I am more connected now. I'm spiritually awake, so I do call them in for guidance and support when I'm doing these videos. So just so you know, if I'm talking about things, or if I'm pulling cards and stuff, I am being guided by source. Okay, so I wanted to talk about today. So I did see, so obviously we've got the Lionsgate portal tomorrow, the 8th of August, 8/8. Lionsgate energy actually runs from July the 28th until the 12th of August. Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, begins rising near the sun in late summer. And then for Lionsgate, the sun, Sirius, Orion and Earth are said to line up. Okay, and then that can create powerful energy. And a lot of people, as I say, will do rituals and manifest and everything else because it's a high energy period. But to be honest, there's lots of energies moving around with the planets all the time. This happens every year. It's not a one-off thing, okay? But obviously people look forwards to Lionsgate. There are different things that happen on Lionsgate. It's a really good time, really, to use the inner strength of the lion and do things that maybe you've been putting off, or do things that you've been wanting to do for ages. That can be in business, finances, relationships, family, anything else, anything. It's a good time to use the energy to amplify what it is that you want to do. Okay, so and to step through the doorways, really. So I saw a lovely lady talking about this today online, and she was saying, Lionsgate is a chance to walk through doorways that you want to walk through, but you just haven't got the courage, or you haven't. This is a really powerful time to do those things, start a new business or anything else. And obviously we've got the new moon on the 12th, the day that Lionsgate ends. So new moons are all about planting seeds and, starting businesses, starting new relationships and things like that. So, but I wanted to give you a little bit of history on Lionsgate and how it kind of intertwines with. So when I always look at the ancient Egyptians, because when I had my awakening, I was triggered into my awakening. I saw visions of ancient Egypt, etc. I know many past lives, as we all have, some more than others. Maybe it's, just we've all had past lives. And then I actually saw someone today saying that we are all one, all energy. I mean, I could sit here for hours just chatting on and on about how different things are said, and how, do we all, I don't think anyone has all the answers. I really don't. There's some belief, obviously, that we are all one, we're all energy. I believe that. But that we create our reality, and actually everybody is us, and we are everything, and it's all in our minds, expansions of our minds, etc. So it's a very deep conversation. But anyway, so when I can only go by what has happened to me from within. Okay, I don't force anyone to believe me. I don't, if you don't believe me, that's absolutely fine. But from within, so I saw visions of ancient Egypt. I've seen visions of myself in a past life in, I think, America. I was standing in front of a pale blue Chevy, and I was in the kitchen cooking on an American stove, etc. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's coming through. I had another one recently, but yeah, just so another different kind of timeline, life or whatever. So there's just so much that goes on now. Anyway, so when I look at this Lionsgate relates to ancient Egypt, I always look back at how it does. So there is real astronomy about Lionsgate. So I am also finding Western astrology. It does, when planets are here, there and everywhere, and when the moon is doing its thing, it does relate to what's going on around you, and you can see things playing out, and they are in relation to where the planets are in Western astrology. And I just am in awe and amazed that I can now see that when the moon is, in a star sign or whatever, then in a planet, planetary area or whatever you want to call it. I'm still learning all of it. That it does affect you. And when I was, all these years before my awakening, if I was having a difficult time or in a really weird mood, I'd say it was the position of the moon and laugh. I was right. So, we're all in tune, really. We've forgotten all these things, and you might start to remember. Anyway, right. I am very aware that I'm babbling and I could just carry on chatting. I'm in one of those moods I could just chat forever. So, 2. The ancient Egyptians. Sirius was the goddess Sopdet, and its first reappearance in the dawn sky each year signalled the annual rising and flooding of the Nile that their survival depended on. So obviously the Egyptians lived along the Nile, and the flooding of the Nile and the annual rising, etc., was very important to them. Later, the Greeks and Romans called Sirius the dog star and noticed its climbing alongside the sun in late July. They blamed the pair for the hottest stretch of the year. The dog days of summer, which we've all heard that phrase, is what they called it. One thing worth keeping straight, the dog days and the Lionsgate portal are not the same thing, even though both centre on Sirius and overlap on the calendar. The dog days come from ancient astronomy and folklore, while the Lionsgate portal is a much more recent spiritual tradition built on similar roots. So the Lionsgate is a more recent spiritual tradition, okay? It is based on planetary positions, etc., and those are real, okay? So I just wanted to kind of give a bit of a background to what Lionsgate really is. So numerology and astrology are different practices, okay? They often go alongside each other. Some readers blend them, obviously, and the Lionsgate portal is where they meet. So Leo season falls mostly in the 8th month, August, and the tradition peaks on the 8th day of that month. So 2 8s stack up on 8 in numerology. That doubling is read as a boost to the lucky, abundant energy of the moment, which is why everybody starts to do rituals and things around Lionsgate. Really, it happens every year. And you can make use of the energy by just, take advantage of the energies for propelling you through doorways that you may not have wanted to take before, or you're not, you need the strength to do those things, okay? So I hope that, I hope that was a bit of interest for you. Okay, so I'm going to do an oracle card for you now. So I'll just give the cards a shuffle. Okay, this is my mixed deck of oracle cards. I get some nice messages coming through from these. I am more of an oracle card girl than tarot. I think you've probably noticed that by now. I'm going to get another couple of decks of oracle cards because I really love just the whole messages that you get from one card. I do tarot now and again, but I'm not really. I am more of an oracle girl. So, right. It's still, I'm quite muggy now. Isn't it muggy? It's the evening, it's quite hot and muggy, but yeah, been outdoors most of the day, which has been lovely. Anyway, right. Anything that you would like me to share, any message that you would like me to pass on to anyone watching now, please? I don't know where I look up. I always look up. They're kind of everywhere. Oh, here we are. Oh. Openness. Maybe that's why I look up. Okay, so openness. It's a 22 card. I've been seeing 22 all day today. Lots of 22. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Top again. Right, so number 22, openness. Okay. So even when we don't realise it, many of us go through each day with fixed expectations of on how things will be and how they will turn out. I was actually, I pulled an oracle card a couple of days ago about letting go of not being so rigid in your expectations of how things will work out, etc. Your expectations about the future, whether it be the rest of your day or the rest of your life, play a huge part in what you actually experience. You have drawn this card today to help you consider how your own habitual thoughts and expectations may be limiting your experience and your potential. Your angels and spirit guides are now urging you to be more open to greater and better possibilities. Instead of expecting the same old behaviours from certain people or the same old outcomes from certain situations, remind yourself that every day is a new day and approach your life with greater openness. Consider the possibility that much more is possible for you than what you currently imagine, and that a world of wonder and discovery awaits your willingness to see it. Be open to the good in people and all of life. Be open to the possibility that there is much more good in the world than you have ever noticed. That's been quite hard, hasn't it, lately? But I think, things are turning. Things will be turning. Okay. Expect people to be kind, helpful, and friendly. Be open to an interesting day at work or a stroke of good luck. Believing that you already know how things are going to be is like going through life with dark blinkers on. Boredom, frustration, and dissatisfaction are a direct result of limited vision, of not seeing the gift or the potential in front of you. Sorry. When you are willing to admit to yourself that there may be something here that you haven't noticed before, when you are willing to ask the question, the world will open up. Nodding politely, tuning out, or not paying attention, just waiting for your turn to speak rather than really listening, will numb you to the potential of the moment. Didn't know where I was going there, sorry. There is a wealth of inspiration and guidance coming to you all the time when you are open to it. Use openness in all of your daily activities. So really let go of outcomes, okay? I mean, you can make plans, you can work towards things, but let go of outcomes. Share something about yourself and your life with others. Recognize that you have no way of knowing what all the possibilities are. Be open to your dreams coming true. Be excited as you begin each new day. Open your mind and your heart to a world and a life of endless and wonderful possibilities and outcomes starting now, today. Okay, so that's a lovely message. So definitely we need to be open to all of the changes. Let go of outcomes. You wish things and you ask for things and you work towards things, but just have faith, keep going, and let go of the outcomes, because sometimes when you focus on one outcome, you can actually block a much better outcome coming through. So you need to kind of just let things flow. Okay, let things flow and just let things be. Whatever will be, will be. Okay, just let it happen. Anyway, right. I hope that was a lovely message for you, and I hope you all have a lovely Lions Gate tomorrow on the 8/8 portal. Just go with the flow, okay? Do what you want to, work on what you want to, or focus on what you would like to happen in your life going forwards. Walk through doorways, be brave, and take that first step. Okay, right. I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.